Hey, I'm Antonio Irizarry. We're here at IRT Theater, where I'm developing CETUS, a metal adaptation of Moby Dick. It's a project I've been working on for a couple years, and a project that I hope to be working on for a couple years after this.
First man of the Pequod was Starbuck, native of Nantucket. In his eyes, lingering images of the perils he had confronted through life.
So, in Melville's novel, he does this great thing where he has these characters of color who really challenge the narrator's perceptions, preconceived notions about race and about class. What Melville kind of fails to do is give each of those people space to tell their own stories. That's where I see theater being a real advantage, having a real advantage to telling this story, is that by giving those characters real bodies and having them be represented by real people of color and in real space, we're giving those characters more than the one dimension or two dimensions that Melville was limited by his own biases. Finding one artist that was the inspiration is a hard question. I don't believe there's been like a single artist that has influenced the making and the gestation of this piece. When reading Moby Dick, I really can see the sort of like history of metal music and the sort of wide range of everybody within the micro genres represented in the text. So when I started developing this, it was like, what if we represented all the different corners of the metal community in one piece, in one place? I think we've done a really good job capturing humor so far. People read Melville's Moby Dick and they're like, impressions of it are like boring and it's stale, or that it's like monotonous, when really what I love about the book is how much humor there is, how much satire there is, even when some of the themes can really get into these deep psychological, philosophical, and spiritual themes. So I think we've done a good job of making the psychological, philosophical, and spiritual aspects rise to the surface with the humor, and making them accessible through that. The most surprising thing to me has been how accessible Melville's language still feels. I thought I would have to do a lot more work translating the language into language that feels more present or like modern, but a lot of the themes and tone of like sad boy culture still come across through his language, which I think is a testament to him as a writer and to sort of pervasiveness of these feelings and emotions that we all feel as we're trying to come up in the world and find ourselves.
To the living gulfs of doom.
The plan for the future is to use this residency as a springboard to get more grant funding, to get more support, to be able to do Acts 1, 2, and 3. I'd love to do them back to back. I'd love to think about them as maybe in parts, but I'd really like to get a full production. I'd really like to expand on the scale of the production. One of the things that I think really works about the piece is the number of characters who we meet and the time we get to spend in each of their individual stories, which with theater is very hard to do, but I think it'll only get better the more people we can get who feel identified with the roles, who can expand on humanizing the characters who are on the ship and expand on how they interact with the world and class, status, and race, all of that.